everyone, I'm Hero of the Ravens Flock, and today we are interviewing Robert from the band
SS Hanami.
yes, SS Hanami. And what kind of band is it?
It's a theatrical rock that takes a lot of cues from J-rock, anime soundtracks, Visual K, that kind of thing.
All right, that's pretty cool. How did you go about creating the band? Did you guys know each other prior, or?
It started out 5 years ago. I wanted to start a band like that, so I got studio musicians, recorded a song, and Chibi-Pa in 2009 asked us to perform, and I was like, I don't have a band. So friends of mine came and performed with me, and we had so much fun that weekend that we just kind of stuck together as a band, and it's been going since then, 5 years.
Wow, 5 years, that's nice. So, our topic today is con dating. So, we'd like to have your input. For example, what do you think of con dating? And by con dating, I mean meeting people at a con, eventually, coming to like them, then dating them, the problems, the positives, all that.
Well, first of all, cons are great because you get to meet people who have similar interests as you. I have dated people I've met at conventions. Pitfalls. I think it's just no special pitfall. The same pitfalls as any kind of relationship. Really, the positives are that you meet people who have similar interests as you. Stereotype, the people who go to cons, myself included, can cause a lot of drama, are very dramatic, theatrical people. That's why I'm wearing a costume, and I'm trying to make a career out of jumping around on stage, singing my problems to crowds of people. And so you have that kind of psychology. But I'd probably end up with people like that anyway. So first-hand experience, con dating, I totally support it. Go to a convention and meet somebody. As long as they want to be met. Don't bother people and follow them around.
All right, that's great. That's perfect. And what about the topic of con crushes? What do you feel is a line that certain people shouldn't cross? Because on Facebook, other social media, there are pages like con crushes where you can kind of find people you met at cons, and a lot of times the comments on those sections, once they find out, oh, that's the person I had a crush on, aren't that appropriate, male or female, it doesn't matter. So
that sounds like a cool idea. I haven't seen any of the pages you're talking about. So, there's always that weird thing with con crushes where it's like you might like a character, so it might be like, oh, Hal from Hal's Moving Castle. And, there's that thing, do you really like the person they're cosplaying or do you like them? I've always kind of wondered about that with con crushes. But no, it sounds cool. You meet somebody cool at a convention, and you can, we met our guitarist, Nat. The only member who's changed has been the guitarist over time. And I met our guitarist, Nat, because a friend of mine, my old roommate who I met at a con, knew him and invited us to a post-con get-together down at a park by her house. So I drove a few hours and just hung out with all these people I'd never met outside of an anime convention, and I've become lifelong friends with several of them, and I'm now in a band about to go on tour with one of them. And it's cool. I just visited my friend again. Now she has a fiance, and we visited the park recently that I first met the guitarist Nat at, and it was really cool. So it's not exactly con crushes. I kind of went off topic there, but it's all really good. I think it's mostly positives. There are negatives, there have been a couple of cases where I've gotten unwanted attention, which I'm a guy, so it's I'm not complaining, but where I've gotten weird text messages from people. Sang they're like in my yard and stuff. That was fun. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's positive, good stuff.
All right, cool. And what do you think of people who go to cons specifically to find a potential partner? Like people who con date and exclusively con date and don't want to really date anyone else besides people they potentially meet at a con. Do you you have a positive outlook on that, or a little negative, or in between?
Well, it's natural to want to meet people who have similar interests as you. Just going to a con to meet people, I'd hope that the people who are going to the con are going because they genuinely like it. Like, I guess it's a matter of intention. If you're going because you really like cons, and then it's human nature. I think a lot of single people, maybe not human nature, but a certain kind of psychology that want to think in the back. So I'll admit, I go to cons sometimes and I think in the back of my mind, like I'll be cosplaying Shuichi from Gravitation, and in the back of my mind I'm like, oh, I really want to meet a Yuki cosplayer and like be best friends and stuff. That creepy? Maybe. Or like Prince Gumball. I've been cosplaying Prince Gumball recently, and I'm like, I really want to meet a Marshall Lee cosplayer, and then like hit it off and become friends. Is that why I go to conventions? No. I mean, I'd dress up as Prince Gumball in the mall if I could. Well, I could, but if it were socially acceptable. I still do sometimes. So that's my answer.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people are inclined to agree. Go to cons because you actually like the anime, the video game, the comic, whatever. But if you meet someone and, you kind of hit it off, there's nothing wrong with that. Angel, do you want to add anything or ask anything? All right, I'll hand it over to Angel.
Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. That was our beloved hero from the Ravens flock. And I am your humble servant, Angel, here interviewing the magnificent voice leader of the SS Hanami in all his beautiful leather pant glory.
They tell me this is not leather.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know what it is.
It looks good, and that's all that matters, I suppose. I had a question that's been bugging for a while. Where did the name SS Hanami came from?
Hanami is the Japanese word for cherry blossom viewing, and SS are the initials of my favorite anime character, Shindo Shuichi from Gravitation.
That's a nice little throwback there to the things that you love.
Yeah, I've been cosplaying Shuichi for like 8 years.
Pretty impressive. Let me ask you something. When you contacted your friends to make this amazing band of yours, did they knew exactly what they were getting into, or did you basically got them by surprise by saying, no, we're doing this with the J-pop thing?
Well, no, they knew what they were getting into. And that's why it's like as I was getting out of high school, it's like everybody was starting a band, and so I wanted to record one song and show people, which was our song Eternal Autumn. If anybody watching this knows that. And I showed that to them, and I didn't know the drummer well at the time. I went to high school with the bassist. I was good friends with him in high school. Yeah, they just kind of showed up to Chibi-Pod 2009, and they did not know what they were getting into for their first anime convention. And I think they were so just drawn into that world and so fascinated that they're like, this is so much fun. They were only signed on for one show, and they're still around now 5 years later.
Well, to be fair though, most people don't know what they're getting into when they go to the first anime convention in the first place.
Right, and they're joining a band with a crazy person.
You need a certain level of crazy to make a band.
Yeah.
Band-wise though, what future projects can we expect from the SS Hanami in the future?
We're going on tour this June and July up the East Coast to New York and back, following that route. Our first show is June 13th in Marietta, Georgia at Swayze's. And we're ending it at our last show is going to be, I believe, the weekend of July 12th at the Grand Brony Gala. We've performed for them several times. Even though we don't have any songs about My Little Pony or anything. But they're just fantastic, and we love performing for them. we're also releasing a CD in conjunction with the tour. It's called Fictitious. It'll be our second CD. And we are performing at Umicon in September in Daytona Beach. So that'll be our third year back at Umicon. We always have a phenomenal time there. It's great working with them. And other than that, we just keep writing songs and having fun. If we survive the tour, we will be back performing at conventions and other venues. And hopefully I will find my Marshall Lee and be able to write more tragic love songs about vampires.
Nice. Well, here's to hoping you have a beautiful adventure time when you do encounter him and that occurs.
Yes.
That being said, though, now that we're almost coming to the end of this matter, and that you're becoming such a magnificent, beautiful rising star, we need to know, what advice would you throw to those future bands out there that aim to become your equal and rival?
Just do it. Like, a lot of people throw, like, everybody has advice. Like, people who have been in bands for like 3 years are giving to people in bands 1 year advice. Like, you don't need to listen to a ton of advice. Most of it is like rules of thumb. But the only thing is just like, do it. Don't be like, oh, I'd like to start a band next summer. I'm writing these lyrics and hopefully I'll find some band members. Like, no, you know, just start looking for band members. Start writing the music now. Get like a cheap, if you want to do like synth stuff, because I didn't know anything about synth when I started the band. I wanted to have like sound effects and crazy anime soundtrack stuff, and I just knew how to play keyboard. And so I looked up tutorials on, you know, looked up different instruments. I heard the koto, that 13-string Japanese harp. I heard that in the movie, and I was like, what is that? I want to learn how to play it. I didn't even know what it was called. So I looked it up and found out what it was called. Found a Yahoo group for koto players, out of all things. Yahoo groups were a thing back then. And found a Japanese woman who could teach me how to play it. And so now, in addition to the band, I play koto, but I also play koto in the band. And yeah, just do it. Like, start writing songs, and don't be like a lot of people go, oh, wouldn't it be cool if ... Like, just, yeah, so why aren't you doing it? I hope that doesn't sound pretentious to say, because that's advice that I needed to keep pounding into myself for years. And that's why, like, I just recorded the first song. I'm like, you know, I can keep looking for band members, or I can save up some money, get some studio musicians, pay some friend, throw $20 to a friend to play guitar, and then I'll have a song to show people, like, hey, you want to be in this band? And that's that, yeah.
Nice. Very nice, very nice. Very powerful animal on that matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the lead singer of the SS, Hanami, standing here with us at the Ravens Flock in this beautiful con. We wish you the best of luck, and we do hope you'll rock the hell out there, man.
This is a fantastic con. We want to thank Florida Anime Experience for having us here. I was here as an attendee last year and had a phenomenal time, and this year performing has been great. The sound was great, and everything's been phenomenal. So thank you for interviewing me.
No problem. Thank you for being interviewed by us. Appreciate it.
Fun times. Thanks
All right,
for
man. You
listening
take
to my
good care.